when we think of Mahadev, the Panchakshri Mantra and the Mahamrityunja Mantra are some commonly available mantras that people, go to even without Diksha.
Right.
So what is it about these two particular mantras?
Mantra is sound, which is vibration. In Hindi, we use the word naad.
Naad, yes.
Correct? So mantra leads to naad. Naad leads to bindu. Dot. Bindu leads to silence, and silence leads to Shiva. The first mantra that we get into is, let's say, Mahamrityunjaya Mantra. First of all, there's a lot of confusion around Mahamrityunjaya Mantra.
Exactly.
Why confusion? Why I'm saying this? Most of the humanity feels this is the mantra of long life. So there are three marked bindu points. What are bindu points? You will feel and experience everything will become very dense around these times. Few minutes before, few minutes after. Everything, the energy around. If you're chanting that, the mantra sound, if you're just doing quiet dhyana, meditation, the silence of that, everything will become very intense at these three marked points.
Can one do Mahashivratri Sadhna to cut their karmas?
Oh, Triambakam Yajamahe. Three-eyed one. You play with all creation, sustenance, destruction. You play with all rajas, tamas, sattva. You play with all past, present and future. You are Mahakala. This whole concept of time, past, present, future, all belong to you. Can he not cut all your past and all your future? If he is the keeper of the time, so to say, if he is Mahakala, can he not cut all your past and all your future?
Hi everyone, a very warm welcome on the show, and this is your host Rangoli Sharma. We are approaching Mahashivratri, and this is my message to each Shiva devotee to not miss this particular podcast. To all the Shiv Bhakts, for all the people who consider Mahadev as their Isht, Mahashivratri is a festival in itself. We prepare for Mahashivratri, we wait for this day, because there is this divine cosmic energy that flows on this particular day. But I'm sure that so many of you would have these doubts. How should I connect with Mahadev on this particular day? When should I break my fast? What mantras should I chant? How do I receive his blessings on this day? So I'm sure that through this podcast, this is my intention, that I clear all your doubts regarding this divine day. And you know what makes this podcast even more special? That I feel Mahadev's energy himself has joined us today to guide you on this. Once again, Sri Anish ji has joined us, and we will have this beautiful, deep, divine discussion with him today. I would like to welcome Anish ji once again on Speaking Tree. Gurudev, a very warm welcome on the show.
Thank you, Rangoli. Thanks for having me. Lovely to be here.
Our pleasure, Gurudev. And equally, I am myself very excited, being a Shiva devotee myself. I think I am here to gain a lot of knowledge about this particular day through you and through your wisdom. As I said, that I would love for my audience that all their doubts get cleared today.
We'll try.
So, Gurudev, to begin with, they say that this is the darkest night, the night of Mahashivratri, and this is a complete, powerful day in itself. You feel a deep, divine surge of energy. So what is it about this day that makes it so powerful, Gurudev? I would like to begin with it.
So Rangoli, first of all, for people like us, Mahashivratri is not a festival. It's our life.
Yes.
It's like we live 364 days in the longing of Shiva. And on this 365th day of Mahashivratri, we are with Shiva.
How beautiful is that?
So we look forward to this day for the entire year. And, If we can leave our body also on this day, nothing like it. That will be the greatest blessing of Shiva.
Agreed.
Yeah. So what is Mahashivratri? Let's look at it, Rangoli, for the benefit of everybody here. So let's start from the beginning, Rangoli. See, there are 12 Amavasyas in a year.
Yes.
Each Amavasya is called Shivratri. It's the night of Shiva. And after 11 Amavasyas, the 12th Amavasya of this winter time is called Mahashivratri, because it is one of the darkest night on earth in the northern hemisphere, right? What's so special about this night? Let's first look at the mythology behind this. You know, we all have heard that this is the night on which Shiva and Shakti got married.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we've heard this as a story since childhood.
Exactly.
All of us in India have heard this story.
Yes.
But what's really happening? Let's look at the story from a different lens today.
Right.
We know in the story, Rangoli, that Devi, Ma Parvati, had to wait for a long time, and she had to do a lot of tapasya
Yes.
to impress Shiva, to make Shiva agree to this divine marriage, to this union. What is the message for us on earth? Is it the marriage of a god and a goddess? What does this represent? Let's look at it carefully. Ma Parvati, who's Adi Shakti, is the Kundalini in our system, which is residing at the base of the spine.
Yes.
Shiva is at the Sahasrara, the highest chakra. That's consciousness. Shiva is consciousness. Adi Shakti is the energy we call Kundalini. Now these two need to combine together for the awakening to happen in a human being. In the story, Ma Parvati is doing lot of tapasya, japa tapa, lot of sadhana to invoke Shiva, to impress Shiva, to move towards Shiva step by step. It's not an easy process. It's not that she decides, oh, I want to get married to Shiva and Shiva agrees.
Shiva agrees. And
it doesn't happen like that. There's a lot of sadhana she does to reach him. That's the message for us. If you want your lowest to connect to your highest possibility, which is Shivatva, you become Shiva. Then a lot of effort, tapasya, sadhana has to be done by your lower gunas to connect and unite with your highest possibility.
And how deep is that? We never think that way.
We never think like that. We think it's a festival.
Exactly.
Let's just, do
celebrate.
whatever, celebrate, do some rituals. No. Like Ma Parvati, your internal system need to really purify itself to reach Shiva. Ma Parvati, all the tapasya and japa she did, why was she doing that? One way of looking at it is she was trying to impress Shiva. Well, that's an emotional side of it.
Exactly.
The yogic side of it is she was purifying herself.
For the yogi.
You never need to impress Shiva. He's Bholenath.
Yeah.
He's always impressed.
Yeah.
But he's only impressed with your purity of bhava.
Definitely.
Not with the quantity and the amount and the depth of rituals that you perform. So Ma Parvati, what was she doing? She was purifying herself. And why was she purifying herself? Because in her previous avatara, she was Sati. And Sati was adamant. She went against the will of Shiva to her father's home.
Exactly.
Correct? But so Sati was not fully purified. She was in the Manav Sarupa. She had Hatha. She needed to be purified. So when she came as Parvati, she had to do all the sadhana to purify herself. Because once you are purified, Shiva is available to you. You don't have to impress Shiva.
Once you're purified, Shiva is available to you. How
Correct.
beautiful is that?
Correct.
Yeah.
So Mahashivratri is the day when Shiva promised all of us on earth, saying that, well, you do sadhana for 364 days, brilliant. But on this day, Even if you're not fully purified, I'll be available to you. I'll be closest to you. I will be on earth on this day. I'll descend on this Mrityu Loka for all my bhaktas, for all my sadhakas. That's the day. And if you can reach me on that day, even with your impurities, I will accept you. It's like he's given us a route, because he knows, and I believe and I feel that this was on the asking of Mahadi Shakti. My understanding says, my Anubhava says, when Ma Parvati got married to Shiva, she must have asked him, "O great Shiva, I am Parvati, incarnation of Sati, incarnation of Adi Shakti. If I had to do so much of tapasya to purify myself so that you become available to me, O great Shiva, will people on earth, will the Manava Jati, will humans be able to do that much?
Will they be able to
Will they be able to do the amount of sadhana and tapasya that I did to purify myself so that you become available to me? Because I know, Shiva, they'll not be able to do this much of tapas, of sadhana to purify themselves. Give them something, O Shiva, so that even if they are little impurified, even they are not perfect, they still should be able to reach you." And then Mahadev must have said, Shiva must have said, "O Devi, for your love and for my compassion to this entire humanity, I give you all one day and one night. And on that night, I will make myself available to humanity, to all my sadhaks who are in my sadhana, who are my bhaktas. Even if they are impurified, on that day, I make myself available."
Wow, how poetically and how mystically you said it. It literally gave me goosebumps, and I'm sure all the devotees felt the same, Guru.
Because we can't do the amount of tapasya and sadhana which Adi Shakti Ma Parvati did. We're not capable.
We are not capable. Right?
Let's be very clear about that. Rangoli, let's not, because sadhana becomes an ego pursuit also. Oh, I'm doing so much. Oh, I'm doing, Sola, Somvar. Oh, I do this fast. I mean, great, you do that. It's a purification process.
Right.
But in a lot of people, it becomes ego inflation process.
People develop that spiritual ego very easily,
Correct.
Gurudev.
So, I am not capable of that level of sadhana and tapasya that Ma Adi Shakti did. But oh Shiva, at least give me one day. That one day I can just immerse myself in you. I dissolve myself in you. At least one day. Yeah. So that one day to us who are madly in love with Shiva, that one day is Mahashivratri.
How beautiful, Gurudev. Yeah. And I feel Ma Parvati did all of us a favor that she asked Shiva to descend on earth on this day for all of us.
She's Ma.
Yes.
In her compassion, she asked this from Shiva for all of us.
Right.
In her compassion. And now that's the second point then. Can you attain a Shiva without Adi Shakti? No.
By this answer, no. Absolutely not.
No, don't make that mistake.
Yes.
If you think Shiva and Shakti are two different god and goddess, you're mistaken. They're part of the one. Whenever you invoke Shiva, keep Adi Shakti in your heart at the same time. You can't leave Devi to attain the Deva. Who is in love with Devi?
Yes.
Who is part of Shiva?
Exactly.
They're intertwined.
Yes.
Right?
They're incomplete without each other.
Exactly. So the path to Shiva leads through Devi also. So invoke her in your heart. It's only because of her blessing and grace and compassion that Shiva has agreed to be with us, to be available to us on earth. With all our impurities, we can still reach, experience and be in Shiva on Mahashivratri.
Very beautifully said, Gurudev.
Yes.
And I'm sure now so many of our viewers, would have this doubt. what should be my ritual on this day, and how should I go about this day? I will go on to that. But before that, Gurudev, let's talk about mantras. People think that one of the best ways, as you yourself said, to connect with the divine is through the mantras. So when we think of Mahadev, the Panchakshri Mantra and the Mahamrityunja Mantra are some commonly available mantras that people, go to even without Diksha.
Right.
So what is it about these two particular mantras, and how should we connect to Mahadev through these two particular mantras?
Okay. Let's first look at what a mantra is, Rangoli. So mantra is some sound. Mantra is through the sound, then you have repetition of the mantra.
Yeah.
Correct? Every mantra you repeat. So there is a sound of the mantra, there is repetition of the mantra. And then third is the meaning of the mantra. And then fourth is the bhav of the mantra. What is bhav? In English, intention, emotion.
Emotion that's invoking in you.
Invocation. If you put all these words together, the word comes as bhava.
Yes.
Correct? So mantra is sound, mantra is repetition, mantra is meaning, and mantra is bhav. Correct? And that's the order. Okay? Sound. We don't need to go into the details of that. We all know how you chant any mantra.
Yes.
Yeah? Most of us know that. But we'll touch upon that when we get into the specific mantra. Then the repetition. It's very important to repeat the mantra. Yeah, you say mantra one time, no, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
There's a repetition to it. A lot of people hear the sound of a mantra, repeat the mantra, but they don't know the meaning of the mantra. Or they have wrong meaning of the mantra, some other meaning of the mantra.
Yeah.
Problem. You should know the right meaning of the mantra. We'll come to that. And then the bhav, which is beyond all of this, which precedes all of this. If your bhav for the mantra is correct, everything else is taken care of. Shiva is attained. He is interested in your bhav and not how many times have you chanted.
Exactly.
The way you've chanted, how loudly you've chanted, do you know the meaning or no? He's not interested in that.
As you said, he's Bholenath.
He's a Bholenath.
Yeah.
So for him, the bhav is the most important thing. But I'm just adding there, with bhav, if you know the meaning, the right meaning, it helps. Correct? Because then your intention goes into that right understanding of the mantra. So these four things. Are we clear on this?
Yes.
Next thing on the mantra. Why we chant mantra for our deity and especially Shiva? Why? What's the science behind this? So today understand that science. I have not shared, I think, this ever before. I'm sharing this today, Rangoli. Understand the science. Mantra is sound, which is vibration. In Hindi, we use the word nad.
Nad, yes.
Correct? So mantra leads to nad. Nad leads to bindu. Dot. Bindu leads to silence. And silence leads to Shiva. This is how the flow of the mantra is. Let me repeat.
Yes.
Mantra leads to nada, and nad is not just sound. Nad is vibration.
Vibration, yes.
So mantra creates this vibration.
Yes, it creates something inside us, like
Something
when we
starts
chant
to vibrate.
Yes.
Correct. So mantra leads to nad.
Nad.
Nad leads to bindu. What is bindu? Very concentrated, one-pointed attention, which is very intense. That's bindu.
Right.
Right? So what happens in our day-to-day life, our chetana, our mind is scattered in 10,000 thoughts.
Exactly, Gurudev.
Correct? In these 10,000 thoughts, you can't even pray to Shiva.
It's
Very
so difficult to reach to that bindu state.
Because there's so many distractions.
Yes.
So once mantra chanting happens, the nada, the vibration starts to get created. With the nada, you start to reach to this bindu, one-pointed visualization or attention or something of Shiva. When your chetana, when your consciousness is just filled with Shiva and nothing else remains, that's bindu. And from bindu, you enter straight away into deep silence. everything just disappears. The outer world of form, sounds, everything disappears. The inner world of thought, imagination, everything disappears. It's a dark silence, intense, beautiful silence. And that silence then leads to Shiva.
How beautiful.
That's the path. That's the path of the mantra.
Yes, that's how mantra makes you reach to Shiva.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, some specific mantras.
Yes.
The first mantra that we get into is, let's say, Mahamrityunjaya Mantra. First of all, there's a lot of confusion around Mahamrityunjaya Mantra.
Exactly.
Why confusion? Why I'm saying this? Most of the humanity feels this is the mantra of long life.
Yes, and it saves you.
It saves you from death.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? From a Puranic story of Markandeya Rishi, right?
Yes.
That parents of Rishi Markandeya, who are from the Bhrigu lineage, and the head of that lineage is Rishi Vashishta.
Ji.
So the story goes that parents of Markandeya Rishi, they had no child. They were great devotees of Shiva. They prayed to Shiva for a child. Shiva said, well, you will get a child, yes. Since you're praying, you will get a child, but two conditions. Either or.
Okay.
Either you get a child who's got long life, but no spiritual intelligence.
Okay.
Or you get a child who's got short life, but deep spiritual intelligence. And this child will only then live for 16 years. Okay. Choose.
Only 16
Only
years.
16 years. See, Shiva plays. So parents choose, well, we're from the Rishi lineage. We want a child who's spiritually very intelligent. It's okay if he's got only 16 years of life. So Markandeya is born. Now, since the day he's born, he's also a great devotee of Shiva. And then the story goes, up to the 16 years of his life, he's been just purely devoted to Shiva. And then the time of his departure comes. And then Yamaraj came to take him. And at that moment, Markandeya Rishi started chanting Mahamrityunjaya Mantra, which he received from Rishi Vashishta, who's the deity of this, who's the source of this mantra. Okay? And as he starts to chant Mahamrityunjaya Mantra, Shiva appears. And now Shiva tells Yama, you can't touch my boy. He's been praying to me. And he's chanted Mahamrityunjaya Mantra. You know, you don't get him now. And that's how he was saved. And then for the rest of his life, he kept praying to Shiva. So that's the story. And we thought the story is saying that to prolong the life and to be saved from death, you chant Mahamrityunjaya Mantra.
Yes.
Correct? Earlier I said mantra is about mantra, sound, meaning and bhav.
Bhav also, yes.
Repetition, meaning and bhav. We are entering into the meaning of this. What's the meaning? Because we're talking about Mahashivratri. It's very important, Rangoli. We know the meaning of this, one of the most profound mantra in the Shiva lineage.
Ji.
Correct? Let's look at the meaning. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukmiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshi Mahamritat. Look at the mantra very carefully. Om is a pranav. Pranav is the sound which comes before any sound. It's the sound of silence.
Ji.
It's the sound of this entire cosmos. Om. So we start with Om so that it purifies my system, aligns my system to invoke the mantra.
Yes.
Right? That's the reason we have put Om
in front
before
of every
this.
mantra. Yeah.
Correct? Triambakam. Oh, three-eyed one. Shiva's got three eyes. Creation, sustenance, destruction. Past, present, future. Rajas, tamas, sattva. All that is three is Shiva.
Yes.
So Triambakam. Yaja Mahe, to whom we pray. To whom we all pray. Sugandhim pushtivardhanam. The one who is enriching our life with the sugandhi, with the fragrance, and who's giving us nourishment through breath, through food, through life force that's moving within us. Sugandhim pushtivardhanam. Urva rukamiva bandhanat. Now there is a magic here. So first half of the mantra, I'm praising the Shiva. And then I'm saying, Urva rukamiva bandhana. O great Shiva. The way a cucumber gets ripened on its vine, on its bale jisko bolte hain,
yes,
only then it automatically falls off from the vine.
Yes.
You don't break it.
Exactly. It happens
Once it matures on the vine, it comes off by itself. Urva rukamiva bandhanat. Its bondage to the vine gets broken once it is ripe. There the confusion is. We thought this ripeness is about old age. That take me away from this life only when I'm fully ripe. Like this cucumber on the vine. Mrityur, mokshir, Mahamritat. And once I am off this vine when I'm fully ripe, then there is no fear of death in me, and I'm moving towards Amritat, immortality. Correct? That's the literal meaning of the mantra. Where the mistake is? The mistake is, we thought the mantra is talking about, once I'm fully ripe, O Shiva, only then take me. Fully ripe means old age.
Yes.
No. The mantra is saying, O Shiva, when I'm fully ripe, meaning when I'm fully awakened.
And that can
not in terms of age, in terms of my moksha, awakening.
Okay.
When my chetana is fully awake, Shiva, ripeness in Indian spiritual context is not age. Ripeness is viveka shakti. Ripeness is spiritual wisdom.
Yes.
So the mantra is saying, once I'm spiritually awakened and mature, only then remove all fears of death from my heart. Till then, establish me in the zone of fearlessness so that I become immortal. Immortal not as body, as Atma. I remember my immortality.
Wow.
So mantra is not saying make me immortal. Mantra is saying make me fully awake is equal to ripe.
Yes.
And then let me remove all my fears of death.
Absolutely.
Or premature death. Without awakening, death that comes. What is premature death in Indian spiritual tradition? It's not when somebody dies at 18, 20, 30, 40. That's not premature death. For us, premature death is any death which happens without you're awakened. So your awakening is the mapadand, is the measurement, not your age.
Not your age, not your physical age.
Not your physical age.
And that's where we get confused, yes.
So, till the time I'm fully awakened, O Shiva, make me fully ripe, which is fully awakened in this life, so that there is no fear of death, so that I remember my eternal immortality. I'm always immortal. There's something in me which never dies, which we call Atma, which we call Shivatva, which we call soul or consciousness. Let me remember this immortality within me of my own Chetana. Make me fully ripe, O Shiva.
Wow.
Now, there is no age we are talking about.
Exactly.
I'm not saying in the mantra that, oh, don't make me die before I'm 100 years old.
100 or 80 or 70, yes.
Don't make me die, O Shiva, till the time I'm fully ripe in my inner awakening.
Yes.
And why we are saying this? Rangoli, there is a deep meaning for that also. Because we know that this awakening is only possible in human incarnation.
That is why even deities want to take the birth of a human, right?
Rishi Markandeya did not utter this mantra when he was 16 years old so that he lives longer. He chanted this mantra because he was not yet fully awakened, and he knew If I die before get fully awakened, my human incarnation is gone. I will lose this opportunity of awakening into the realization of Shivoham. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, that was the deeper meaning
That's
behind
the deeper meaning. So to me, Rangoli, any Shiva Bhakt, or let's say any Bhakt of any Ishta, we only want to prolong this physical incarnation's life, physical body's life, to get fully ripened. Fully ripened in knowing that Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That's the only purpose. If you want the extended life of this body, is only for this reason. Rishi Markandeya wanted to live beyond the age of 16 because he wanted to fully realize, fully ripen into the truth and knowing that Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham.
And I feel and I believe, Gurudev, that Mahashivratri is the day when this mantra has even more power to awaken you.
Exactly. So, now beautifully said, Rangoli. This time of the day and days of the year when the same mantra becomes much more potent. Same mantra will become much more potent.
Multiplied by its
power. And it's governed by the moon.
Yes.
You see, when moon moves, it brings changes on earth. Water level rises, gravitation, moon's pull work on the water bodies. So which means, with the movement of the moon, there is some energy shift that happens on earth. Right? In that energy shift space, the potency of the mantra increases or decreases. So on Mahashivratri, the potency of Mahamrityunjaya Mantra increases manyfold. The question is, can you handle it? Question is, if you chant this mantra with the right meaning, can you handle the potency of it?
And with the right bhav. How to handle it, Gurudev? Then I'm sure that people who love Mahadev and they chant it with all the devotion, all the love, and they get this intense energy. Then how would they handle it?
My suggestion to you would be, you chant this mantra, especially on Mahashivratri's night. If you want to chant, you either chant it in a Shiva temple.
Okay.
You chant it at a Shiva ashram. You chant it in the presence of a guru. If none of this is possible, for practical reason, you chant it with the collective sangha, a group of people. Even if that is not possible, you place an image of Shiva in any form, if you have a temple at home or something, and in front of that, then you enter into this mantra, knowing and offering the results of this mantra at the feet of Shiva. Let Shiva be your protector, because the mantra could do profound things in you. You may not be able to handle it. So you're offering it to Shiva and you're making him as your protector deity, as part of this sadhana that you're doing for Shiva.
Yes.
See, that's the beauty.
It's very important.
You're not doing sadhana where you think, I'll alone do it and reach Shiva. You call Shiva. You pray to Shiva, come Shiva, sit with me.
And take my hand.
Take my hand. And then let us chant for you. Together. So that even if I'm not able to handle it, you're with me.
You take care.
Can you have that level of trust in you? Are you willing to do that?
That's, I think, Gurudev, is the true surrender.
That's the true surrender. So with that trust, when you go into Mahamrityunjaya Mantra on the night of Mahashivratri, you see some magic happening.
I'm sure my viewers would definitely chant with the way that you taught all of us, and they would feel Shiva's presence.
Yes.
Gurudev, one more mantra I would like to know about from you. Om Namah Shivaya. They say this is one mantra where you don't even need any diksha. You just connect to Mahadev. What about this mantra on Mahashivratri?
So, I think what Shiva loves is Om Namah Shivaya.
Really? More than even Mahamrityunjaya Mantra?
More than Mahamrityunja Mantra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why so?
I can't answer that why so. Huh? I'm writing a book on this.
Oh, okay.
See, anything that is most saral, sahaj, which is straight and easy, Shiva loves that. Panchakshri Mantra is most easy, direct mantra. Why? Why is it most easy and direct? What is the meaning of Namah Shivaya? It's got two meanings. Number one, Namah Shivaya. 5 letter, we call it Panchakshri. These are related to 5 chakras, and these are related to 5 elements.
Right.
We all know that. So it purifies the 5 elements within our system. The sound of the vibration of it purifies 5 elements around us also. Correct? Now that's the scientific angle to it. The bhavapurna angle, the heartful angle to this is Namah is bowing down, Shivaya to great Shiva. That's it. That's the end of sadhana.
Nothing you're asking.
I am not asking anything.
And just
see in Mahamrityunjaya Mantra, ultimately, after Om Triambakam Yajamahe, we pronouncing the whole mantra. What are we saying? That remove fear of death. Let me remember my immortality. Let me be fully ripe in my awakening. Then only take me. Correct?
Exactly.
Namah Shiva, I'm saying, all is you. And I just bow down to you. Your will from today is my will.
Right.
There is no will of my own anymore.
Nothing
You want to take me in this life? Please do that. You want to take me after 100 lives? Your game. I am just what is the word? I'm just a slave. Whatever, oh master, you want to do with slave is up to you. For me, I am just Namah Shivaya. I just bow down to you, my Shiva. Story ends there. No asking for anything. Moksha, no moksha, your play. See, because when you're asking for moksha, it's your personal desire.
Exactly. Which is equally contrary to moksha because you're still desiring something.
Correct?
Yes.
Correct. Am I saying you should not desire moksha? No, I'm not saying that. Rather than desiring all the nonsense that you desire,
it's better to desire
the highest moksha.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
But it's still a desire. It's still an asking. What if you say, no desire, no asking? All I'm saying is bowing down to you, my Lord.
Yes. Whatever you think, it's fine.
Whatever you think, whatever you do is a prasad to me. You give me dukhas, prasad to me. You give me sukhas, prasad to me. You take me with you, prasad to me. You make me here in the Mrityu Loka to do some work of you, prasad to me. But this life is just prasad of you, whichever way you want to keep me. I am happy. Correct? Namaste. To me, that's the most direct, profound, heartful mantra of surrender. Where you surrender your will. See, Mahamrityunjaya Mantra or any other mantra, your will is still intact.
Exactly.
And all you have, Rangoli, in this life is not your money or your body or all that. All you have is your will. The day your will is gone, everything is gone. Your entire ahama, I, me, mind, minus, depends on your will. So we're surrendering that will to the divine, saying, it's Shiva's will from now on. In me, nothing of me remains anymore. In me, there is no will of this me anymore. Everything is Namah Shivaya. Now, technical. With this, we add again pranava, which is Om. So that the system is purified enough, I'm able to chant Namah Shivaya. Because if the system is not strong enough and you chant just Namah Shivaya, it'll blow you apart.
Yes.
It's powerful.
Felt that. Been there, done that.
It's powerful. Yes. Why it's powerful? Again, sound of the mantra, repetition, meaning, bhav, then the other signs that I explained, mantra, Nada, Bindu, silence, Shiva. Correct? Now, if you've not prepared enough, you can't handle Bindu. Bindu is profound, Rangoli.
Yes.
If you've prepared little and you're able to handle Bindu, you can't handle silence. That silence we've not experienced. This little bit of silence that you experience, during some meditation, some glimpses of silence, no, that's nothing. The silence of Namah Shivaya is different ball game altogether.
Wow.
It will just blow you apart. That silence is something. It's not of this world.
I'm sure the people who have experienced this silence, they would tell us their experience in the comments.
And then the final, I said earlier, then the silence leads you into Shiva. Now we're talking about something else.
Yes.
Rangoli. You need different level of preparation to handle Shiva.
I can understand. Totally agreed.
So, for all the householders and people who are on sadhana, even with Guru, it is highly recommended that you only chant Om Namah Shivaya and you do not remove Om.
Exactly. Do not do the mistake of removing Om.
Do not do that.
Yes.
Now, when should you remove Om and only chant Namah Shivaya? Only when your Guru in your physical body allows you to do that. Do not do this on your own.
Otherwise, it will be too powerful and you will not be able to handle the energy, is what I've understood.
Yes. If you're really doing it the way it must be done, then you can't handle it. So, Namah Shivaya is a different ball game. Yeah, don't play with it. And I think that's a good thing. I want to say that mantras are not joke. And Shiva mantras definitely are just not something that you play with. These are profound energy phenomena.
Yes.
Do not enter into them unless you really understand or are in a very sacred presence or in a sacred space or you've really purified your inner bhav. Only then. Don't just...
Lovely.
Yeah.
Gurudev, now that we understood the essence of these mantras, let's move on to the ritual and routine that any of our viewers who want to go for a fast on Mahashivratri or, who want to do their sadhana on Mahashivratri, what should their routine be throughout the day is what I would love to know from you.
Yeah. So, you see, the daytime is easy. Yeah. You want to keep fast, please do that. My only recommendation would be don't be too hard on yourself. Whatever you can do in your capacity. You want to do falahar, please do falahar. You want to do full fast, do full fast. You want to eat light meal, sattvic meal, please do sattvic meal. Shiva has nothing to do with how much you're eating or how much you're not eating. Right? Why do we keep fast is to purify ourselves. Keep the load on our system low so that our mental focus can be on something because otherwise the entire energy is consumed in the process of digestion.
Exactly.
We want to free up the space inside us, free up the energy inside us so that we are able to really pour it in sadhana. Right? It's a preparation. Right? So do whatever is comfortable to you, whatever you can sustain. Now comes the evening time, and Rangoli, now that's the main point here. Evening 6 p.m. on Mahashivratri day up to next morning 6 a.m. This 12 hour is the window that we are really preparing for and looking at it. That's really the window. 12 hours.
And is it the time where Mahadev descends? Just to be curious, I'm
This
asking
is the time when the energy is too intense to get into real sadhana and connect. Right? Now, in this entire 12-hour period, there are specific points, Rangoli, which one must be very careful about. So, Madhyaratri, the 12 midnight is one bindu. It's like a portal of Mahashivratri. So to all the household sadhaks who cannot spend this night in a temple or in a certain ashram or in the presence of Guru, who is just at home, my recommendation would be Get some more sadhaks collected. Do it as a joint sadhana. It will help a lot. 2. At least try to wake up till about 12:30 a.m. If you can't sustain the whole night, at least up to 12:30 a.m. so that this first bindu you don't miss. The first bindu of absolute madhyaratri, right? So that's very important. Similarly, the second bindu comes around, let's say, 2:30. That's second bindu time. Then third bindu comes, which is early. It's about 4 o'clock. Yeah, that zone of 4:30. So there are 3 marked bindu points. What are bindu points? You will feel and experience everything will become very dense around these times. Few minutes before, few minutes after. Everything, the energy around. If you're chanting that, the mantra's sound. If you're just doing quiet dhyana, meditation, the silence of that, everything will become very intense at these 3 marked points.
Wow.
Ideally, you should be awake throughout all these points and not sleep through.
Yes.
But if you're not able to sustain, at least one bindu, which is up to 12:30 a.m. Right? So these are 3 points I shared. We talked about fasting.
Yes.
We talked about mantra. Yeah. Now, I've seen a lot of people who just in the eagerness to be awake the whole night will watch any kind of content and be engaged with that.
Right.
This is not the night of engagement. This is the night of disengagement. You're already very engaged with things in life. This is really the night of sadhana, of disengagement.
Or engagement to Shiva.
But for that you have to be disengaged with the world.
From the world, yes, absolutely, Gurudev.
Because the point I said, I see a lot of people just to be awake, they would get engaged with any kind of content. Right. Do not do that.
In the name of waking up on Mahashivratri.
Correct.
Yes.
Only plain waking up will not do anything. We are doing sadhana of waking up. We're using the time of this wakefulness for our sadhana. How do we do this sadhana? A, chanting the mantra, if we want. Sitting in silence, if we want. Doing some guided meditation from whatever lineage we belong to, whatever, any guru that we know of. That's our sadhana. Or listening to some deep content or stories or heartful things about Shiva and Shakti. Some satsang, you listen please on Shiva and Shakti.
Yes.
That's allowed. That's allowed. Listening to chanting or singing some bhajans of Shiva and Shakti. Good, that's a good sadhana. Right? Serving. Yeah, so let's say there's a temple nearby. You go Madhyaratri to the temple to have darshan and to serve the sadhaks there. By some ways, that's sadhana happening. So these are the modes of sadhanas that you can do on Mahashivratri. And fill your entire night with this.
Gurudev, let's just say that one wakes up into this sadhana on Mahashivratri for the whole night. Now, I have heard and I have seen so many stories from people that, they meditated throughout the night of Mahashivratri. And the transformation and the changes and the success and the big things that came into their life after that night was unimaginable. So what really happens into a sadhak's life when one wakes up throughout the night of Mahashivratri, and how do they handle that intense energy of the night?
Again, few clarifications, Rangoli. Please don't ever look at sadhana for any worldly gain. Please don't do that. Yeah, because I know a lot of householders or a lot of other sadhaks also attach some gain that may happen as sadhana. Please understand, your sadhana is your offering at the feet of Shiva. You're not demanding or asking anything.
Exactly. Is
As
it
we
too
said
selfish
earlier,
of us,
it's too
Gurudev?
selfish. That after sadhana, something profound is happening,
Yes.
and my life and my relationship and my job and my money and all the success is coming. All that may come as a byproduct, but please do not do sadhana for that. Yeah, because if you do that, you're just spoiling everything. Something big, inner shift that could have happened, you've just brought it down to the level of transaction. Don't do that. What are we in our heart longing by way of sadhana is inner transformation. What is inner transformation? My perception, my concept of who I am, my perception of this life, all of that must shift. This burden that we all carry, the bondage that we all experience, the bondage of our own mind, the burden of I, me and myself, all that must get released. Some inner transformation should happen. That whatever I do becomes offering to Shiva. Whatever I think becomes prayer to Shiva. Whatever I say becomes, kirtan or chanting of Shiva. That's the inner shift we are longing for. So that's number one.
Beautiful.
Your objective intention and perspective to sadhana must be purified. Right? So that's number one. Number two is lot of changes happen in the life of a sadhak when they undergo through purified sadhana. Two things need to be in your focus here. As I said earlier, one is the objective of the sadhana is to dissolve the seeker. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That's the only objective.
Lovely.
That's the only purified objective. Number one. Number two, anything that is happening else or other than this after Mahashivratri as results or fruits of sadhana, that's all right. That's a fruit. Yeah, don't make fruit as your objective.
Yes.
Correct. And the variety of profound things that happen in sadhak's life, Rangoli, we can't even list them down.
Really?
Anything and everything could happen. Yeah. Depends on what are you seeking. Yeah.
Guruji, let's just assume that one is not doing this sadhana for some material benefit or some gains. Can one do Mahashivratri sadhana to cut their karmas for the karmic alignment?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And should this
Rangoli,
be an objective?
That can be an objective.
Okay.
Please understand. Oh, Triambakam Yajamahe. Three-eyed one. You play with all creation, sustenance, destruction. You play with all Rajas, Tamas, Sattva. You play with all past, present and future. You are Mahakal. This whole concept of time, past, present, future, all belong to you. Can he not cut all your past and all your future? If he is the keeper of the time, so to say, if he is Mahakal, can he not cut all your past and all your future?
He can, definitely.
Of course, right?
Everything he can do.
Correct. Now, if he cuts all your past, meaning what? All your past karma, the baggage of all your karmas, sanchet, agami, everything is gone. All your future agami karmas, everything is gone. That's how a sage lives. How does an Adi Shankaracharya lives? You remember the lines that he uttered, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. You know the story. Adi Shankaracharya, Rangoli, was I think about 8 years old when he left home to look for a guru. Okay? He was traveling across the country. He came out from Kerala to search for his guru. He reached Madhya Pradesh by the Narmada river. There is a place called Omkareshwar. It's a Jyotirling.
Yes.
Correct? At Omkareshwar, near the Omkareshwar temple, there was a cave. And a great yogi was meditating in that cave. I think his name was Gauryapada or something like that. I'm forgetting the name. Now, Adi Shankaracharya as a kid had heard about this being.
As an 8-year-old.
As an 8-year-old. And he wanted to take Diksha from him. So he went to the cave, but this great being is just meditating there. Adi Shankaracharya, boy, sat there. Few hours passed, few days passed, few weeks passed. Adi Shankaracharya kept sitting there. And then the Guru woke up from his samadhi, from his dhyana, came out. And you know what is the first question he asked? Normally the first question people in such a state would ask is, what's your name? Why are you sitting here? What are you doing here? Right?
Exactly.
No, nothing. Yeah, where did you come from? Nothing. He asked, who are you? Profound question. Who are you? Now what does Adi Shankaracharya say to that?
What?
Na manhu na buddhi na chitta ahankara chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this memory, I am not this bhav, these emotions. All I am is chidananda rupa. I am manifestation of this entire cosmos. Shivoham shivoham. I am Shiva.
Imagine being so awakened at 8 years.
And still wanting Diksha.
Yes.
Because he realized that something is still missing. Though he's saying Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham, but maybe Om Namah Shivaya may not have happened yet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's the reason probably Adi Shankaracharya was still looking for a guru. This was his introduction to his guru. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. And that's when the Guru blessed Adi Shankaracharya, saying, to you, my son, I will give Diksha. And this Guru was not known to give Diksha. He didn't give Diksha. He was just a recluse. But to Adi Shankaracharya, he gave Diksha. That's what it is.
Wonderful.
That's what it is. So, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Just be in that mode of longing. And then approach Mahashivratri and your sadhana from that purity of longing, that purity of bhav. And all your gurus, may they bless you to awaken this level of longing and purity in your heart. Then Mahashivratri will happen the way it must happen.
How beautiful, Gurudev. And I wish for all my viewers that they reach to this level of awakening, that they long for Shiva, and on Mahashivratri they find Shiva. As you rightly said, he would descend on earth.
Yes.
And I hope you and me and all of us find him.
Absolutely.
And I tried to find him through this podcast today.
Yes.
It was
and that's
lovely.
The only purpose of doing this podcast, Rangoli. That's the only purpose of speaking to all our audience.
Yes.
Is may your longing be purified enough to do this sadhana of Shiva, so that we all can claim and sing Chidananda Rupa
Shivoham, Shivoham.
Om
Namah Shivaya, Gurudev.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
So you tell me in the comment section, did you too find Shiva like I did, sitting on this couch in front of Gurudev? I'm sure you also felt that positive surge of energy within you after listening to this podcast. We covered different aspects around Mahashivratri, but I'm sure the understanding and the connection that you feel after this podcast has finished is beyond measure. And that's what I always feel whenever I sit with Gurudev and we talk about Mahadev. I always find him. And I hope you also found him. I would request all of you to share this podcast with every Shiva lover, and especially before Mahashivratri, so they also understand the deeper essence of Mahashivratri. How should you prepare for it? How should you call on to Mahadev? Because as Gurudev said, he would descend on earth and he would find you, and he would find you through your purity. So may you all become pure, and may Shiva finds you on every day, not just on Mahashivratri, is what is my intention. This is your host Rangoli Sharma, and I would keep bringing you such deep divine discussions with people like Gurudev. And do let me know what are your queries, what are your questions on Mahadev, on Mahashivratri, or anything of your spiritual understanding, and I would discuss those questions with Gurudev and we would answer you. I'll see you in another podcast. Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya.